If it is a temporary measure, it is a temporary result. And if it is a temporary result, then any work that you've done to get that weight loss is going to be undone when you go back into the life that caused the issue in the first place. So the problem is never some sort of temporary solution. And you can actually go back and look at all of the things that you've done over your lifetime to lose weight and tell me if they were a temporary solution or not. If this isn't something you can keep up for the rest of your life, you should feel free to set it down. Gaining and losing weight is incredibly bad for your metabolism and your long-term health. It's just not worth it. I didn't tell her that. I'm telling you that now. But in any case, the conversation, they both dove in and they wanted to talk to me about what she was doing. And, the husband kept saying to me, she's doing everything right, but she's doing everything right. And, in my mind, of course, what I'm thinking is the translation for that is we're doing everything diet culture is telling us to do, and it's just not working. Okay. And then I started asking questions, which is my style. And the questions, of course, were not related to whether or not they were consuming superfoods, or if they were getting up and having a morning routine, or were they having green juice, or did they, I don't employ any of that kind of thinking. What I started asking was, tell me about your routines. Tell me about how much time you have in the day to take care of yourself. Tell me what taking care of yourself looks like. Tell me about the food that's in the household. Tell me about the foods that you're serving your kids and perhaps are eating as well. And I can understand why someone would get impatient with me when what you have learned over a lifetime are diet culture methods. Like, why are you talking to me about my time? Why are you talking to me about what kind of food I'm making? And often I talk to people, are you preparing your own meals? That's a good one. I actually don't know how I would maintain my weight without the ability to at least assemble my meals from home. And so, this is why I say I'm your auntie. Like, I'm gonna talk to you about the practical stuff. In any case, they both, they were super polite. And by the way, I had their permission to have this conversation. I actually reached out to say I'd like to talk about this conversation because I thought it was such a good illustration of how we think about these subjects and then the kind of solutions that we seek out, right? But I ended up, so they got a little impatient with me, and the husband, this is great. I love this line. It's so good, right? He basically sort of like leaned in and said, all right, I want you to bottom line it to me. Bottom line, what's the thing? What's the thing? And I thought, oh, here's my answer. I don't know what answer I gave them in the moment. It was probably deeply unsatisfying, but here's my actual answer. There is no thing. That is an extension of diet culture thinking, and it is also an extension of how we misunderstand change. Change is actually meticulous work. It is the work of creating awareness of who you are and how your life looks, and making one change at a time that you can live with for the rest of your life. There is no thing. There is no thing. There is no superfood. There is no perfect diet. There is no one food that will fix all of the issues.